As you open this file, point to converting units.dwg, which is available in the description box. You'll see a very simple rectangle drawn by the imperial units. How do I know it's imperial units? How do I check that? How do I change it to metric system? We'll go through that in a few minutes. First of all, I'm gonna type units and press enter. Now this is the drawing units dialog or window, whatever you name it, but it shows me the type of measuring units, that the output of each object. So for the length type, it's architectural. It shows me the results by foot and inch. And for the angles, I wouldn't change it from decimal degrees to anything else because it doesn't matter for either imperial or the metric system. Right down in here I have the insertion scale. That's when I bring an object or a block or anything from other file to this current file, for example, or my project, it will scale it by inches. Let's just hit OK for now to get this dialog box out of the way. I want to measure a side of this rectangle that I have. So in the Home tab, in the ribbon, I go to the Utilities, Measure. Now I get this list of measuring tools, let's say. I want to measure a distance, so I'll click that. Oh, and before that, make sure you have the endpoint selected, so you would snap to the endpoints easily. As it snaps, I'll click and drag and snap again. Now it gives me the result of this measuring distance. It's 4 feet and 0 inches. Now I want to change that. Let's change it. Oh, and by the way, this is for the architectural output that I just showed from the drawing units. For now, I'll just exit the tool and let's type unit again. Press enter. I'll change the type from architectural to decimal and leave the precision for 2 places, and I wouldn't change that. Now the thing that I did in here, I changed the type of output. I didn't change it from imperial to metric yet. Now we still have another step for that. I'll show it to you. But now let's just hit OK and measure the same side again. That was previously 4 feet. Now let's just click that again and click again. Now I have a different measure. I have a different result, but the same rectangle. I didn't draw anything. That's because I changed it from feet and inch to only inches. So that's the result, from 4 feet to inches, 48.1 inches. Now I'll exit again. Now I'll change this rectangle from inches to millimeters. So basically I'm converting the whole object or the whole project from imperial to millimeters, or let's say the metric system. How do I do that? First I'm gonna select my rectangle or my object, whatever. I can come to the scale up in here in the ribbon, or I just right click. I'll get this shortcut menu and I'll just type scale. Now roughly speaking, you can search that up as well. 1 inch equals to 25.4 millimeters. So I'll change it by that factor. First, it's asking me to specify a base point. You can specify any endpoint. I'll just click this one. As you click and you move slowly your cursor or your mouse, you'll see it's moving and it's getting bigger and smaller. And also it's asking me to specify scale factor. Now I'll type the 25.4 that I already just told you. So now it will change the inches to millimeters by a factor of 25.4. When I hit enter, you see my rectangle is so much bigger now. Now I'll zoom to its extents because it's so big. I'll zoom out a little bit just to see it. Now I'll measure again. to see what I just did. So I'll click, drag and click. Now I have a much bigger result, a much bigger number. Now I changed the 48.1 inches to 1221.81 millimeters. So the 48.1 is multiplied by 25.4. That's how I changed it from inches to millimeters. Now I have, you can say we have the metric system I'm already using.